Onegaishimasu.
Onegaishimasu.
We'll just start with the full and loosening. So just working on the vertical. Just letting the heels raise and impact into the ground. And loosening the hands as well at the same time. Good. Keep taking into side to side. Nice. Good. And also start to work with a slight rotation to the front and to the back. And then just letting the arms kind of swing into it. The whole body's just going to roll over. In this case, just feel as if the opposite side of the body, so the lighter side of the body, so if it gets kind of pulled out of the ground and it sinks back into it. So just play with the body kind of, feel the weight of the body. It's going to really sink into one leg. As if the weight just leaves the other side of the body. Just really, nice. Good. And just start to move a little bit now from the hips, slightly more to the front. So it's as if you kind of release the pelvis. It's kind of tricky now to kind of keep the upper body relaxed. So just see if you can keep all the shoulders, everything nice and relaxed. And start to work a little bit lower. So just where the hands are kind of scraping the floor. Especially now focus on releasing through the neck. Just like the hands kind of brush across the ground. And again, just feel the weight swinging from one leg to the other. The upper body is nice and relaxed. Good. Just come a little bit wider with the legs. Again, just releasing the lower back. Just working with a kind of up-down swing with the arms. Or a front-back swing from this view. That's good. And really just let the weight of the body create the movement. Keep the knees nice and loose, and nice balance in the body. Good. And then start to swing the arms out into circles now. So you're kind of doing the internal movement with the hips and then pressing it out. So the kind of internal rotation and then out. Especially now focusing on the shoulders. Loosening, really right from the joint. And try and feel like the arms connect all the way into the lower back. So try and feel where the arms actually start from, which is connecting all the way to the back, to the spine. That's it. Good. Okay, start to make the movement a little bit bigger, starting to bring the body up to a vertical. So nice and slow. And keep a nice relax in the knees. And just more and more start to be pulled up. Sinking the weight all the time down through the heels. And now just really opening the arms up to the top. Keep a slight movement down into the ground. But just start to work now with opening the body up. Again, just feel like you can allow the weight of the arms to create the movement. So it's less than I'm kind of swinging the arms, more than I'm just letting the movement pass through the shoulders. Good. And then just see if you can reverse it. So just this way. This. Down. And now really working on a sense of length through the whole body, up and release it. That's it, good. Good. And then just keep the hands as they are. We'll just go to this swing. You might want to go a little bit narrow. So basically in this kind of swing, we're going to do this one. I want the hips to fall into the knees and the knees to fall into the feet. So basically, if I look down, I want to kind of, I want to kind of create just a big, a vertical line through the body. So hips, knees, feet. They should just kind of fall into each other like this. So just working now with this, reaching hand up and just swinging down. And just let the weight of the body fall. And the arms just release down. And Lewis talked in this article about being in a Zen monastery and chopping wood all day. And he talks about releasing the shoulders, so opening the shoulders like they're a gate. So you want the weight of the body to create the movement. Then you've got a real efficient movement. You could do it much, much longer. That's good. Keep going. Just see. Okay. It's nice. Okay. Good. Okay, and in this one, keep kind of going. But I'm just going to talk. What we do with the sword is we tend to focus on the swing, the downswing, and we tend to lessen the upswing. It becomes kind of energetically kind of empty. So really feel in this case, it's a kind of really energetic swing for the body. Feel that the up part is as much a part of it. So you've got the down and the up. So really kind of fill the whole movement. So you've got a sense of really big dynamic movement. Especially now just focusing on the upswing, which means I really need to settle the weight down through the heel and allow the weight of the arms to swing up. Just play a little bit with that. Just filling out the upswing. Yeah, good. I really want the upswing to create length through the whole body, and then I just want to maintain it and drop it. This movement's so similar to the first Saburi. It's a very nice exercise. Brilliant. And just do a few, just hold it slightly at the top. What I don't want to do is hold the arms up with tension. It's a bit like on top of a roller coaster. You just have that moment where it just stalls and then just swing it down. And just feel the length here. And then drop it. So feel the whole body wants to, everything wants to go to the ground. Again, I can push the arms down with it, or I can just feel that the body wants to drop. And I just release it. So it's that the body, everything gets pulled down. Just falls off. And I'm trying to basically align the body to that swing. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, good. Good, great. Super. Good. Okay, we'll go to this rotation exercise. So you start again with the shoulder width apart. I also want to maintain this sense of the hips falling into the knees. So the worst thing I can do in this rotation movement is do this, where basically the knee falls out of alignment with the foot. So just make sure when you do this one, you allow the knee to basically release into the foot. So now you're not working on an unnecessary, you're working still with a downwards movement, but you're spiraling the movement into the ground. So sometimes this gets interpreted as a twisting movement with the body, but it's much more a sense of spiraling into the ground. So let the weight spiral right between the feet. That's it. That's it. Good, keep going, keep going. Nice. Okay. Okay, good. No, good. Keep clapping. Keep clapping. Good.
Trying to teach you.
Yeah. Emptiness is a good teacher, so. Okay, good. I just want to make one point about this when I can. I'm going to show. Please hold. You are important. Please hold. Okay, good. I just want to show the back. So in this case, try and also in this move here, try and really release the shoulder blades. So this is a little when we do kind of archery as well. There's a sense of really opening the shoulder blades out. And again, it's not about kind of doing tension. Sometimes people describe this as if you're kind of squeezing a tennis ball with it, but it's just about kind of opening the length of the whole body out. So think less about kind of squeezing the shoulder blades, more than it's just kind of just open the ribcage out. So just focus a little bit on this sense of every time I get to here, I kind of release out. So again, do the same as we did. Do the same as we did with the swing. Just slightly hold the position here, and then feel you release it. And I want to basically now work with the length of the body. So this exercise does a lot of things, but one of the things you can kind of focus on is the sense of length, side to side, opening out the body, and then coming into a spiral. So you guys got this opening, spiraling movement. That's it. I sometimes do this if I've got in the dojo with a person. I just kind of hold my palm on the back between the shoulder blades, just so you've got some kind of feedback on that area, because it tends to either be a tight area where I have a lot of pain, and me especially, I've got a lot of pain, yes, sometimes. So, or it becomes a kind of dead area where I just feel nothing. So it's important to kind of just be aware of it, the whole area, because we don't look at it, we don't see it all day. We tend to have a kind of concept of the back, but we don't actually know what it feels like. So this is also about feeling every area of the body. That's it. That's it, that's it, that's it. Yeah, 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 good. There. That's it, great. Good, and then we'll just finish with the shoulders. So in this case, we'll just break it down a little bit. We'll work on just the, no, how do we do it? This way, from here, from the ground, you go like this. So this is just working again. This, it's really focused on the shoulders. Again, just let the body strain down, swing. And at the moment, if you look at me, I'm really balanced towards the front. But I really need to balance in the center there. So in this case, really keep the weight pressing towards the heels or falling towards the heels. Pressing is the wrong word. But just let the weight fall towards the heel. And then hopefully you can find more of a center position. I don't want to swing the body forward and back with this one. Just drop the weight down, open the shoulders. That's it. Good. And now just start to swing the body more and more into one leg. And very tilt starts to bring the pelvis into a sideways position, and then the body too. And then basically the arms are free to release upwards. So the arms are now going to release a little bit higher, a little bit higher. I'm really trying to feel that you don't do the movement with the arms. Just bring it up, which is actually quite hard. If you come up, just notice whether you create tension in the joint. At the moment I'm doing it, so I try and release more. Use basically the downward swing to catch the arms. That's it. Good. Keep going. Let's just see. That's it. Okay. If this is a funny story, not funny story, if I'm going to teach in the dojo, before we do Ninendori, when we do two people grabbing you, you've just got to split the body. So I spend a lot of time doing these kind of exercises before the classes to kind of to get the feeling of dividing the body up. There's a feeling that I get split out. So I get split out. I go this way and I leave this kind of empty. So I want to really kind of fill the all the areas of the body. So in this case, I've got two exercises, this one, and then a spinning movement, where you do it just kind of spin the body this way. But really feel when you do this one, I basically want to center the body down again. So it's the same kind of point, but really feel that the whole body splits to the hands and it doesn't kind of fill to one side and empty to the other. So really feel that you feel the whole movement out. And again, just focus on the whole area of the spine, the back, just going to kind of open out. Just opens out. So I'm really looking for a kind of balanced position. And the moment I feel there, I'm splitting out. Just try and bring it back into the center. Back into the center. So it's as if you're kind of splitting your focus between the hands, but I want the core to be equal. So the feeling should be kind of equal, both sides, front and back. That's it. That's it, that's it, that's it. Great, great, great. That's it. So good. Yeah, good. And then just start to come down to a full swing, so just work your way into it. In this case, just do one side, so you basically reach up to the top and then release it the other way. So you do 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. And especially now be aware of the elbows. So the feelings really are draining through the elbow. The spine's really turning side to side. That's it. Again, keeping the weight draining towards the heel. And feel as the hands pass at the sides of the body. It's like the hips catch the arms and find the movement there. So it's got that kind of quality as the arms swing there. The hips just catch the arms there. There. This is a really nice exercise to do for kind of 10, 15 minutes. And I really feel whether I'm carrying the arms or whether I'm releasing them. Also nice to do with a heavy object in the hands, like 2 cannonballs or two stones. Or weighted wristbands, yeah. And those will really give me feedback on the body whether I'm releasing or whether I'm holding. That's the main point of all these exercises. Yeah. Just try and feel the weight drain down the elbows. That's it. Good. 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 Nice. Good. Great. Nice. Okay. Good. And we'll just finish just specific for the shoulder. Just stretching across the body here. So these exercises really just for opening the shoulders out. And then just to get specific points. Nice and easy. And then change its sides. Okay, just taking the wrist, stretching over the top. And then it's kind of like pulling the bicep across the back of the side of the head. And you can do this either with one long hold or just kind of pulse through it a little bit, just depending on how the shoulder is. And then changing sides. That's good. Good. And then across the back, just taking the arm, and again just opening it out, pulling it across. And really try and release the shoulder blade. One more. Good. And then change sides. That's it. Okay, linking the arms together. Imagine you're kind of pulling the chest up as well. Length through the neck. It's kind of chest up, chin back in a way to get the most out of the stretch. And if it's kind of comfortable, start to kind of lift the arms higher and higher. Keep the chest out and just release it. And one more time, open in, chest up and chin back. Good. Okay, just to the wrist, over to the front. Nice and easy. Just kind of clamping the hands together. Squeezing, releasing. Could take the palms together like this and just squeeze in. Again, really feel the whole body is also involved in it, so you're going to kind of focus the body down as well. And feel everything's basically moving towards the center. The whole body's kind of centering and also releasing towards the ground. So feel these kind of two directions. I want to really try to, as if I'm kind of pulling the body together and really allowing it to settle into the ground. And there and there. That's it. Good. Okay, and then just for the fingers, just pressing them out. And just play with, in this case, we usually just kind of fast, but play with long movements and short movements. Feel that the main thing is that the whole joint's kind of opening out. That's it. And if it's a bit colder, you go faster. Good. And then making fists. And again, just play with either kind of rapid movements or longer. When you do the long ones, you really have the sense that everything's together. There's a kind of phrasing through the hands. A little bit faster. Good. And again, keeping the shoulder, this kind of shoulder width apart, and now just feeling that as you squeeze the hands, the body's going to kind of center and drop into the ground. So the feeling of this and this. And the body should also feel very free. So just the last one, play with this, coming into kind of full focus in the hands. Right, just letting the body really release as well. So focus, but also relax. Oh, not very relaxed. I can see myself. Oh, relax. So it should feel very relaxed. Yeah. So then just play with this strong in the fist, and the rest of the body's nice and released. And keep a sense of focus in the fist. So it's like the heavy. If you know the video game character Rayman, is it Rayman? Yeah, Rayman. He's just like hands with a body. So he feels like, I feel like now there's just hands and the body. And you can start to kind of play a little bit with moving them around, but keep the sense of tightness in the hand. There's really a sense of focus. And then you can go into boxing that way. Good. Okay, take a Bokken today. All right, good. So we'll just go straight into the first Saburi. Just finding the back, cutting down. So real big, clear movements. Reaching and cutting down. Really try and transfer all this kind of movements of the loosening of the body, especially now the shoulders. Try and really have a sense of swinging through the shoulders. That's good. Keep going. So. Nice. Good. Okay. So you've got this kind of chopping wood analogy, which is really relevant for this kind of action, because one, it's a kind of chopping action, kind of hitting something. In a way, this is kind of relevant. The other one I kind of use a lot is like digging. So if you spend a lot of time digging holes, which sometimes I've done, if you dig a hole and you do like this with the body in the arms, you basically feel it. After 2 minutes, you'll be totally screwed. So what you need to do is really balance the body down and let the arms release into the ground. So you get, it's all these kind of relaxing exercises we do. So you've got a sense that I need to center the body and ground it before I kind of boom, bring the what is it? Shovel into the ground. Boom. The spade. Boom. It's like this. So in this case, it's also the same when we work on this kind of wave through the body. There's a sense that I ground the body down first. So the body's grounded, and then boom, the impact comes into it. So it's a little bit like digging a hole for myself. The body needs to kind of pump, really It's as if the hips hit the ground before the cut. So the hips go, and then the cut's basically slotting into the hips. Just give it a go. Chopping wood's the best image for it, but you can also think of digging. Yeah, exactly. Great, good. Nice. Mm. Mm. Good. And I just noticed one thing that I spent all this time writing these answers to the article. I never realized there's actually one thing. I only ever see your front. Almost all the time, I only ever see the front of you. And you actually probably always see the front of me as well. And actually, I think now if I'm in the dojo, I spend a lot of time at the back of people, because that's actually where you get all the signs now. I see the front, and I can see myself as well, the tension in the front. But if I actually watch the back, it's actually much better. So just in this case, in terms of the back work, I can also see my own back now. When you do this, really use this motion to really release through the back. So again, it's a sense of opening the shoulders up. So, and what I want to basically do is use this position, keep it. So I want to keep the sense of width through the back as I cut. But the main thing we do is that, and then close it down. So I feel like this all closes down. So really kind of find the back here, release into the shoulders, and then see if you can maintain it through the cut. So basically, I want the body to release into the impact, but I don't want the body to tense into impact. So if I tense into impact, that's when I create kind of a friction with the body. But I just want the body to release, and the impact's there. If that makes any sense. But hopefully it's clear with the back. I release the back, release. So all the time there's a sense of release. And the first Subaru is great for this, because you come into this position when you have to open the back. That's it. Yeah. Good, Adrian. Good. Yeah. So there's really a sense of width across the back. And this is the hardest direction to kind of feel. We spend a lot of time on up and down, but it's kind of width across the back. Very, very important. Yeah, good. That's it. That's good. Yeah, good. That's it. Nice. Good. So. Good. Okay, good. We're coming to number 2. Now again, working on that same kind of feeling. Number 2 is a kind of pain in the ass for me, of working on this kind of feeling, impacting the ground, keeping the width, because everything's pulling forward. So in this case, really focusing on opening the shoulders out, finding the back, and then here, really importantly, reaching the back before the cut to kind of really find the length through the body. So just really focus on everything on the back for now. Let the body just find the movement. Just take all your focus into the back and width through the body. It's very easy in the second Subaru to get caught in the kind of forward movement and crunching the shoulders forward. So just focusing now on a sense of width through the body, drain down. That's it. That one. Just play a little bit with it. So the second Subaru, feel the kind of special attention on the back. Yeah. Good. Okay, good. Just watch this position when you make the into the kamae, into the second move. So when you come here into this position. Now the position I want to find is really when I find the back and I just release through the hand to do it. So I get kind of tutted out a lot in the dojo with this. It's not, I'm in the wrong position. I'm in this position. So my tendency is to come forward in the body. So really allow yourself to find this position. Now when I release to find the back, I don't want to do any extra movements. I just want to release into that hand this way. But I don't want to be here. And then if I try and find the back, now I've got to do this first and then release. So I don't want to do any extra movements by kind of pulling the sword. So feel that you find this position, and I can just release into the back this way. And then from here, I press the body forward. Now I'm breaking it down a little bit too much, but just have the sense that you find the position, and then release into it. And then cut through this way. So just try and feel this position. Because you can't see it, it's very hard to kind of correct. So we tend to go into kind of different positions. And all the time I'm kind of pulling forward with it. So I'm trying to really find the sense of the center of the sword, release through it, and then cut into it. That's it. And this is one case where really using a mirror or using the screen to see yourself is really nice. I'll actually stop my spotlight. Maybe you can see. That's it. Yeah. Good. That's it. Yeah, much better. Good. Release. That's it. Great. It's really trying to simplify all the movements, really get to the core of them. That's it. Oh. Okay, and then just one general point about this. We do a little bit more. Just watch that from the hips into the spine doesn't form a kind of block. So because you're now doing a kind of side rotation movement, there's a tendency for this to happen, where the body gets kind of spun out to the back. So if you can imagine something in front of you, either the laptop or if you can imagine a person or something, really feel that the hips are engaged forward, and the sword should hopefully for you guys should be straight down that line. And then here, and then the cut straight. That wasn't very straight. This straight along the line, and then here, straight down the line this way. But just watch in this case, if that kind of locked together, this happens. I basically swing the body out and then swing the body back. But just look for, in this case, the hips are free and the spine just settles onto the hips. There's the hips basically grounding down. And in that position. And again, this is best to do in front of a mirror, or even better, get someone in front of you. Serena, bye. Get someone in front of you to kind of give you feedback on it. So let's see. That's it. So this becomes really a hip engagement exercise. That's yeah. Nice. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, good. Right. Good. Good. So there's always kind of side effects sometimes in the teaching. So I say one thing, you can sometimes get thrown out into another thing. So now because you're trying to find the hips, what's happening a little bit is I need to find this straight line. So I do this. I create tension through the arms to kind of raise the sword. So again, it's basically a thing of the arms are just going to follow the hips. So try. I know it's kind of difficult, and making changes is really difficult. So in this case, just try and have the sense that the arms are really released from the hips, and I need to keep the straight line, and I hold myself in tension. Just allow the lower body to release down, and the arms should again feel nice and relaxed. And then come into the cut this way. So just work now on the feeling in the whole body. As long as basically if the hips are in place, if the feet are in place, the hands should just follow the line. So this is a lot of the time why we focus so much on the footwork, because it basically puts all the body into alignment. That's it. Yeah, good. Great. So this is actually a really interesting saburi. Lots of points to take from it. No, it's not. Good. Okay, so the second is we're just coming now into two directions. So first one, just come back, find this position, release, keep the length, and then you're going to now just spiral towards the back. And I want to now really spiral into the kamae. So yeah, really this position. So I still want the angle on the bokken. Yeah. So the sword gets released underneath. Find the cut. Just be careful now you don't find this position. This is very easy to do. So I kind of spiral into it, the sword drops. So really get the sense that you're coiling underneath and the sword's raising into an angle. About 45 degrees. And then forward. Let's play with it. So the second saburi. Zengo. Okay, good. And there's lots of ways you can kind of divide up or talk about connection. I can talk a lot of the time it's working with the arms. So it's like the arms move first and pull the sword up this way. Or the main one, quite a lot of people doing it. In this case, it's kind of the body's locked together. So it's like this area, the lower body and the arms are kind of locked together. And then they move together. And I know it's because a lot of the time we spend as beginners, it's locking movements together. So everything moves together. But in this case, really think that the lower body is really the main source of the movement. So the arms get released through the upper body. So really think in terms of Murotodori, this kind of movement. If I go with the arms, but this is why partner work is so important, because it gives me feedback on the body. So I've got some very strong grammar with both hands. If I start in the arm or I block the body together, I get feedback straight away. So what I want to do in this case is release the arm through the lower body. So in a sense, it's the same here. I've got this. Now it's the sword that's giving me the feedback. So I'm really paying attention to what happens with the sword. If this happens, or if this happens, I can just sink into the body this way. So just again, just be really conscious of the connection. Really prioritizing the lower body over the upper body. And if you can start to work where you feel the whole body's involved in the movement, then start to go into a spiral. So really feel that the spiral enters the ground. You feel the whole body really connecting. And then you can basically access into these spiral movements. And connection is always in degrees, so it's just a matter of being more or less connected. That's it, great. Good. So, yeah. Much better, great. That's good. Very nice. Okay, this has been similar. I'm just going to make one change. So the second suburi is really yokumen work. So think 1, 2, 3, and 4 is the suburi. They're all really using yokumen. So the movements with the hips here, and then really finding a shomanuchi position with the hips. What I want you to do now is open it into a yokumen. So as you come back, find this position, and then come forward. You're going to release now into a yokumen. So now you're into a diagonal this way. So just explore now this different hip position. The second suburi is always going to a shoman, but now just work with coming forward into a yokumen and just feel the change in the hip. Basically means that the back hip's going to open out slightly more. So I'm now working on a kind of wedge through the body rather than just a kind of triangle. So shomanuchi is like a kind of triangle, and yokomanuchi is a wider kind of wedge triangle. Just play with it a little bit. So working now with a yokomanuchi. And you can also obviously explore going from shoman into a yokumen. So you can go shomanuchi, yokumen. Just feel the difference. It's very subtle, but it's a really different kind of movement. And that's it. Yokumen. Good. Exactly. Yokumen. Good. Great. Good, and then we'll just work into it now into two directions. So rolling back, finding this position. Now in this case, you can release towards the back, but it makes it a little bit tricky for the connection that's going to into a yokumen. So if you like, just have the sense of releasing through the sword. So it's a little bit where I'm not necessarily going to find the back. That's really for kind of shomanuchi work. So in this case, coming here, Release. Find the yokonuchi, and then you're just going to rotate into it this way. Find this kind of blocking position, and then advancing and finding another yokomen this way. So using this kind of pattern that we've got from the Jo Suburi 19, coming back, yokomenuchi, rotate over this way, find the back. It's that way. Actually, don't find the back. I don't know why I said that. Don't find the back. It's the top of the head.
Are you sure you've got your hand the right way?
I got the hand. Yeah, in this case, this way.
Still is not on the top.
Again, frugal. That's the kind of double yokomen now. Good. Okay, good. So as you get more complex movement, then you start to kind of sometimes lose the base or lose this kind of simplicity in the movement. So what I'm going to do is just simplify it a little bit. Just start with the left leg forward, basically in this position. Just have the hands basically like this on the sword. So basically the hand's already in position. I'm not looking for it. And then all I want to do is just drop the weight down and find the sword this way. So just have the sense that you're in Kamai, release towards the ground. Feel that you slightly lower the body down, the sword's raising, and then just slot into the block. There. That position. Just feel the weight drain down the body. I don't have to do it as well. This is also, in a sense, I don't want to do this. Come into this position. I want to just feel the weight drop down the body. Just about there. That's it. That's the position. Release down. As the hands raise, the body sinks. So you feel totally comfortable in this position. That's it. Great. And then just testing the position. Come up here, this position, and then just feel that you can press the weight down into the foot, and you come forward into the yokomen. So again, just start, find the position, find the hands, drain down to the body, release into the left foot, and find the yokomen. It's not very clear. So here, there. Release the cup and find it this way. It's nice and relaxed. That's yeah. Good. Good. Yeah, good. Good. Okay. So we'll just start to blend this movement together, kind of isolating again this movement, taking the rotation out of the picture. In this case, just feel that you're going to now start with the right side forward. I'm going to now sink the body back, find the block, and then come forward with the grab. So this is kind of now a little bit more fluid. Find the block, sink the body forward. So the kind of practical application of this movement is to find the block and then cut straight away this way. So the feeling is that I position the sword so if you imagine a yokeman's coming in, it's just going to kind of glance off the Bokken and then I come straight back into the body this way. So this is actually one movement. So it's like a block with a strike reply. Just do this nice and slow. It's the feeling of whoa. Yes. So you've got this kind of pull back, roll forward with the hip. Very nice move for the hips. That's it, John. Good, great. Yeah. Great. Good. Okay, and then just the last minute, so just now bringing the rotation back into it. So start now in the right side, rather than stepping back and finding the position. You're going to rotate the body over to the left and find it. So find now you do this into this position, and then find the cut. Yes, it's now here. So connect the body in this way, and then you should release over to the left. So again, keep a sense of spiraling down, a sense of Murotodori, this kind of cocular movements. This. Find this position here, and then release it into the cut. And now much more challenging to find the center, find the balance. This way. Just play with it. So explore now the full rotation movement. That's it. Yeah, good. So now you're going to rotate over to your left side, Roland. You're going to go, if you start in Kamai, if you start now in Kamai this way, go to your left. So going to now swing over to the left side. You can do that way as well. Yeah, that's it. Good. Great. Super. Okay, good. And the last 30 seconds, just really open this movement out now. So you can play with it in this position, or you can play with it with a rotation movement. Just open the angles out a little bit. And if you like, just start to work with a little bit more flexibility. So start to roll through the block and basically roll into the block, finding it and cutting straight into it. You can obviously, in this case, also keep the hand as it is and just rotate through it. I'm just going to release the hand, but not position it onto the Bokken. So just play a little bit with it, open it out, and just try and feel really a sense of freedom in the hips through the move. There's a great old video of Saito Sensei doing this movement. It's a really beautiful movement. Again, you want this kind of lightness in the upper body and heaviness below. It's super dense. Yeah, good. Nice. Good, good. Very nice. Super. Good. Okay, we'll stop there. So that's really a Nagari movement, really designed for flowing. So it's perfect movement for flowing work. Okay. Right. どうも、ragazzi, cosa vostra?
Domo. Arigato gozaimasu.
I don't know where to look now. The TV, the laptop, the camera.
Thank you once again, and
Thank you very
Very
much.
much.
see you tomorrow.